Hi, my name is Max Boucher, and I'm here to talk to the educators and faculty of the Sylvan Union School District and what it's like being a student with disabilities and what I could do to help those students with disabilities make their lives a little bit easier in the classroom. So before I start giving advice and observations and things like that, I kind of want to give you some background on myself so you can better understand why I say the things I say, why I give the advice that I do. So for 8 years, I was a student of Sylvan Union School District from the 1st grade to 8th grade. And in that time, I ran into a lot of issues from any sort of thing you could think of academically, from seating, from accessibility in the classroom, from technology issues, from lack of materials, even parking was an issue. Like when I was in middle school, we only had one parking spot open for kids with wheelchairs. And I was late to school a lot because it wasn't accessible enough for kids like me. And that ended up giving me a little bit of trouble. But that was only because there just wasn't enough options to do stuff like that, to be able to get to school on time because of just the one singular parking spot. Now, because of that, we had to fight a lot, my parents and I, to get the things I needed. And it wasn't an easy fight because people just, things just I didn't get the things I needed to, is what I'm saying. So what I can say is, as a teacher, what I think the best thing you can do with a student is to listen to them and be punctual with the things they need. Those are the two most important things. So if you listen to them, what I'd say you should do is you should go to them either the first day or within the first week of school and just talk to them. Be like, what are the challenges you face with your disability? What are the things you need? And maybe write those down. Just sit there and then talk with them. Whether it's seating placement within the classroom, whether it's making the seats wider apart so that they can move within the classroom more easily, whether it's technology like a computer so they can type, because some, like me, I don't really have good writing skills, so that could be a thing that they need help with. And then also part of that is to make sure you do what you can to get those things. Like make sure that they get what they need as soon as possible, because when they get those things, they can actually thrive within the classroom and become the best academic versions of themselves and not have to wait around, because I had to do that a lot in school, is wait around and not participate in the classroom because I couldn't get what I needed. And you don't want that, because then you got one kid in your classroom falling behind and they're not going to be a part of it. Now there's another issue with that, because if they're falling behind academically and they're just sitting while everybody else works on their stuff or their assignments, it's going to make them feel like they're not a part of the school environment, right? That there's a school and then there's them over here. And you don't want that, because then they're not going to enjoy school as much. Granted, not a lot of people enjoy school, but it's going to make them feel like they're not, what am I trying to say, important to the school environment. And you, as a teacher, you should be able to help them feel better about being a cohesive part of the school. So like I said, get them the things they need and listen to them, communicate with them, and check with them, see how their things are going with their technology and the seating, because then they'll feel like they're being cared for, like they're not just they're not an afterthought, is what I'm saying. Because if they feel like an afterthought, they're going to feel like, what do I matter in the school? And it's not going to help them in any facet of the school, whether academically or socially. And you don't want that, because then they're just going to recede into themselves, and the school as a whole will not be as well unified, because you have a group of students that feel like they're less than. And again, you don't want that. So just be communicative and get them the things they need is really what I'm trying to say. So thank you for listening. Thank you for letting me come into your classrooms, even virtually. And I hope you learned something today. And I hope you guys who are listening to this have a great day, and goodbye.